Avraham Yitzchak Cohen Cook, who was the first chief rabbi of the state of Israel and a great philosopher and Jewish mystic, he said that every definition of God is heresy, and that the desire for certainty when it comes to the divine is idolatrous. The closest we can come to knowing God is in silence, is by not knowing, by not thinking, by letting go of the bonds of the self and dropping into the spaciousness of don't know mind. There's a Hebrew word, Chochma, this place, Chochmat, HaLev, wisdom of the heart, has that word, Chochma. Can you say it? Chochma. So if you take the word Chochma and divide it in half, it spells Koach Ma. Koach Ma, the power of what? Now what is a Zen kohen? What is this? Just what? And it really is the Zen kohen of Passover night, where we celebrate the holiday of liberation, of freedom, and we begin the holiday by opening up the doors. There's an opening, and by asking the 4 questions. And each of the questions begins with this word ma, what? What? What's going on? Ma nishtana really means what's going on. Thank you, Marvin Gaye, right? What's going on? I don't know what's going on. But we begin to marinate in a question, and that's the beginning of liberation. That's how we tell our story of liberation. In the book of Job, there's a phrase, HaChochma me'ayin timatzeh. Where does wisdom come from? Is what that passage from Job means. Where do we acquire wisdom? The Hasidic masters and Kabbalists came along and said, HaChochma me'ayin timatzeh. Just read it a little bit with an emphasis. Wisdom comes from ayin. It comes from nothingness. Wisdom comes from opening to the place beyond the tree of life, but beyond the sphirot, beyond the known, to the source in divine nothingness, the emptiness. So if you want inspiration, if you want to receive wisdom, practice not knowing. Practice saying, I don't know. Now bring that back to today's traumas and troubles and everything we're dealing with. See if you can let go of some of the certainty of disaster. And I know terrible things are happening and there's a lot of people suffering, but we don't know the end of the story. And the Kabbalah teaches us that sometimes evil is a throne for the good. And sometimes things have to fall apart and shatter for new life and new paradigms and new consciousness to emerge. And if you look at Jewish history, every bump up in consciousness in Jewish thought happened after a calamitous event. If Rabbi Nachman of Breslov was here, he was a great storyteller, he would tell us a story and he'd say, I know you're all so worried, but trust me, it's going to be all right. And he would sing a song. He would say, what would he sing? He would say, Rabbi Nachman of Breslov, Haya omer lo lehityaesh, ki higia et kasha, rak lismoach yesh. So he said, when a difficult time is upon us, friends, do not despair. When a difficult time is upon us, our joy must fill the air.